सो गाइस अब देखो बहुत सारा वीडियो आ चुका है, हम लोग किसी वीडियो को लगा देंगे। ये है डेप्थ्स ऑफ डिस्पेयर, ये 1 डे को था, ठीक है। चलो इसको देखते हैं।
Still watching. The following video was taken on February the 5th of 2025 somewhere in Indonesia. A girl
ये गाइस देखो इंग्लिश में बात कर रहा है, बट देखते हैं कैसा वीडियो, लेकिन हॉन्टेड टाइप का है। देखता हूँ, ये फर्स्ट वीडियो है क्या।
and her friend were recording themselves enjoying some ice cream in her little brother's room when something strange happened that left them shocked. The girl's brother had passed away some time ago, but every now and then she likes to visit his room as it brings her comfort, as she remembers the things she used to do with her little brother. She also records it each time to make a time lapse. And on one day, her and her friend are enjoying her late brother's favorite ice cream in his bedroom and recording the whole time when this happens.
Nih, enakan miso atau ini? Gimana?
अरे भाई उसका दरवाज़ा देखो कैसे खुल गया पूरा, अजीब लग रहा है ना देखने में। सो गाइस देखो उसका दरवाज़ा पूरा बढ़िया से खुल गया। अरे बढ़िया से क्या, उसका दरवाज़ा देखो कैसे खुला। अरे ये सब हंस क्यों रहा है? इसको डर थोड़ा भी नहीं लग रहा है क्या? ये सब हंस कैसे रहा है? अब देखो
Ada suara. Ada suara. Kenapa?
तो CID भी लाइक ले
Gue takut nih. Gimana ini balikinnya?
सबको डर तो लग रही है देखो।
Enggak ada. Kosong coy.
Strangely, as the two girls enjoy the late brother's favorite ice cream in his room, the wardrobe suddenly begins to open by itself, and as one of them approaches, a faint laughter
गाइस ये देखो खुद से तो ये दरवाज़ा पूरा खुला है, देखो इसके अंदर कुछ दिख रहा है क्या?
can be heard. The girls were more happy and shocked than scared, as they believe it to be a sign that the passed-on brother is still watching over them from the afterlife. However, later on, their security camera captured a faint mist-like figure outside of the boy's bedroom. Many people in the
ऐसे कुछ ऐसे साइड हो रहा है।
comments warned that this is not the spirit of the boy and that it's something evil trying to get to her during her vulnerable moment. Which may be the case because after she had a priest come and pray over the house, the activity started to occur less often. But as always, let me know what you think. The hotel. On February the 6th of 2025, a woman
होटल मींस
February the 6th of 2025, a woman named Valeria was staying at the Colima Hotel in Mexico with her boyfriend. A hotel that's rumored to be haunted by local residents due to the fact that the establishment was previously a hospital with a tragic history. Valeria and her boyfriend Diego attempt to contact the dead to see if anything happens. During their stay, this is what they captured.
Estamos en un hotel que supuestamente hay espíritus.
लैंग्वेज क्या है भाई, कोई कमेंट करके बता।
Se supone que aquí era un hospital antes.
Así que pueden pasar cosas.
Vale.
इसका लाइट ब्लिंक किया, देखा आप लोग ने भाई?
Cierra, güey, neta
सब
cierra.
हंस रहा है भाई, इसको ये देखो ये लड़का हंस रहा है, इसको लगा
Cierra.
The lights suddenly flicker all on their own and
लाइट
someone
बंद हुआ भाई कुछ देर के लिए।
or something bangs on the door. But when they opened it, no one was there. Creeped out by this event, they sit down for a while talking about it as they regain their composure. But whatever was out there returns once more. Watch closely.
Oigan, no sabemos qué pasó, literal, en la que muy rara. No nos la... ¿Esto está? Espérate, Diego. O sea, vean los pasillos. Uy, no.
As they stand in an empty, silent hallway with nobody there, an emergency door slams shut by itself. But the door should only be able to close when released by a magnet in case of a fire. Shortly after, the fireproof door suddenly opened on its own once again, and they both quickly rushed inside. Valeria's boyfriend Diego describes seeing a dark shadow figure trying to reach him. Many people now believe that he welcomed it by opening the door.
एट्थ वीडियो हम लोग देख रहे हैं भाई सीसीटीवी भाई आंटी
So Raxi, the man in charge of the CCTV, had received a notification that a person had been detected within the premises late at night. Raxi knows that nobody should be inside during these late hours, as he is usually the one to set up the ceremony. So he decides to review the CCTV footage and sees something terrifying.
Telah ini valid saya. Apakah ada yang aneh?
Takjub ya.
Ya. Ding 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 ding.
Sigma boy.
इसको सिग्मा बॉय भी पता चल रहा है। ये देखो इसका सीसीटीवी भाई, और सिग्मा बॉय गार्ड है ये लड़की।
Iya. Jam 23.41. Medani cok, iso nyuwata ya rai.
In the corner, a creepy pale figure of a boy with glow.
ये देखो इसका फेस है ना, पूरा रियल भाई, पूरा रियल है। ये देखो सिग्मा बॉय सिग्मा अभी से मालूम चलेगा सिग्मा बॉय क्या होता है। सिग्मा बॉय इसके घर के आगे खड़ा है भाई, ये देखो, वो भी रात को।
Glowing eyes can be seen looking straight at the camera. Raxi has no idea who or what it could be. Real ghost or not, you judge.
The cabin.
The cabin. A man named Antonio
ये एक घर है, ओके।
works in construction, rentals and horse sales over in Mazamilta, Mexico. Late one night, he was checking over a cabin in the woods that he was fixing up and planning to sell. So every while, he would come over to visit the house to check the condition of things. That's when he noticed one of the lights flickering in the upper floors as he was outside. So
भाई घोस्ट जहाँ भी आएगा तो लाइट फ्लिकरिंग तो करेगा ही ना।
he pulls his phone out to record the situation, thinking it's an electrical issue that he needs to get fixed. But then he sees something horrifying.
ये है ओरिजिनल वीडियो भाई। यार जंप स्केयर मत मार देना बीच में। ये देखो पूरा लाइट ब्लिंक कर रहा है। अरे हो सकता है कोई इलेक्ट्रिकल प्रॉब्लम हो। और भाई इसमें एक आदमी दिखा।
As he looks at the flickering light, he sees a terrifying, creepy, pale figure slowly moving up to the window to look.
अबे यार ये तो रियल है भाई, क्या मैंने देख लिया। मुझे रात में तो सपने आने वाले कि मैं रात में
Look at him. The figure seems to look very dark and unrecognizable.
ये देखो भाई, ये है ना रियल पूरा।
Even when the bright light flickers and lights up the room. To make matters worse, Antonio is completely alone. There isn't supposed to be anyone near this cabin, let alone inside it. Antonio decides to go inside and see what's going on for himself. This is what he captured.
मत जा यार, पीसी पे इतना एड्स क्यों आता है पहले ये बताओ। ओ भाई इसके घर में जा रहा है यार, ये क्या कर रहा है भाई। ये देखो यहीं पे तो था भाई, वह जा रहा है यार। मत जा भाई, मत जा, मर जाएगा तू भाई, मत जा। वो देखो भाई, वो देखो भाई, बाथरूम करने जा रहा है क्या। अबे भाई एक बार मत मार देना बीच में कुछ भाई, जंप स्केयर भाई। मुझे को तो डर लग रहा है भाई, मैं आँख बंद कर ले रहा हूँ भाई। टॉयलेट क्या दिखा रहा है, अबे घोस्ट दिखा घोस्ट, मैं लोग नहीं डरूंगा। What is
Scared, Antonio searches the entire cabin. Luckily, it seems to be empty. Antonio has no idea what he saw inside, but it's important to note that his social media accounts are strictly for business purposes, only to display properties he owns for sale and cabins that he's renovating. So the question still stands, just who or what is this?
ये? अरे ऐसा भी हो सकता है कोई वायरल होने के लिए ऐसा लगा दिया हो, कुछ भी तो हो सकता है ऐसा। एनाबेले डॉल, ये देखो भाई आज रियल वीडियो इसको देखो।
Annabelle.
2025 में।
The following video comes from a single mother who lives in a haunted house. Although aware of this fact, she never really thought much of it, as whatever spirit is residing there didn't do much other than move one of her kids' toys a little every now and then. Coincidentally, she happened to name the ghost Annabelle, and ever since interacting with it, things started getting worse around the house. One day, it started
घर में डॉल आया था क्या? देखो
exhibiting more aggressive behavior, so she pulls her phone out to record it. Watch closely.
क्या बिहेवियर है? अबे
Annabelle, what are you playing with?
वही रियल में हॉरिफाइंग है ना?
What are you playing with, Annabelle?
सीधा दरवाजा खुल गया, वो देखो। अरे आगे तो कुछ दिखा।
It's okay. You can play it. Okay. You thrown at me? Sweetie. No? Okay.
The door from the children's toy opens by itself, and then a cup falls on the floor before violently launching itself at the woman. Visibly shaken, she steps back out of the room and tries to discipline this ghost, but it doesn't respond well, knocking over the whole stand onto the ground. Realizing she may have made a mistake by interacting with it and thinking it was friendly, the mother grows increasingly worried for her child's safety, and now thinks it's not a good idea for them to stay clear. What have your recommendations you can send on TikTok and episode? I feature Jake buried in
the yard, 5th video है भाई।
in the yard.
Buried in
I've featured Jacob on the channel previously. Ever since he moved into a new house alone with his son, strange things started to happen. He discovered that the previous residents had a miscarriage and buried their baby in the yard many years ago, which may have something to do with the paranormal phenomena he's been experiencing. Late one night, Jacob was asleep
ये तो डॉग लग रहा है कुछ।
around 3:18 a.m. when he was suddenly woken up by his dogs panicking and moving around the bed, only to hear something chilling. He pulls his phone out and captures this.
Knocking on the door.
Can hear that or not? I'm just trying to sleep. I literally just dozed off. It sounds like somebody knocking.
रात को knocking हो रहा है भाई डोर पे, वो भी लगातार।
Hello?
कौन? ये क्या है? कोई नहीं है भाई, कोई नहीं है। कहाँ कोई है यहाँ पे यार? अब देखो क्या होगा भयंकर वाला सीन इसके साथ। अब ये जाएगा ऊपर। अरे मेरा मतलब ऊपर नहीं, देखो क्या हो गया। भाग जा भाई, घर में भाग जा जैसे। ओ माय गॉड, यार ये तो हम लोग को डरा रहे हैं, खुद नहीं डर रहे हैं, हम लोग को डरा रहे हैं। देखो गेट खोल दे भाई, डोर ओपन किया, ये देखो डोर का आवाज से ज्यादा डर लग रहा है भाई। क्या है इसमें?
Loud knocking can be heard at Jacob's bedroom door. But when he opens it, there's nobody there. However, just as he approaches the end of the hallway, the door in front of him closes on its own, scaring him back to his room, as he takes a breather before heading back out there. Then suddenly the toy car starts moving towards him on its own, causing him to retreat back to his room once again. Jacob says these events are occurring more frequently, almost every night now, so hopefully we get some more updates soon. Haunted apartment. The following video comes from a man named Mike who lives somewhere in Poland. After moving houses and settling in, he started to notice creepy, unexplainable things. First, his cat began to stare off in a single direction and appeared to be looking at something unseen. Not long afterwards, objects began to move around by themselves and it has gradually gotten worse. Late one night, Mike was falling asleep while watching a movie on his laptop when he starts hearing sounds coming from around the house.
Próbuję zasnąć. Teraz co chwilę coś mi kurwa w okno puka balkonowe. No nie, kurwa! Pierdolę! No kurwa. Ja pierdolę. Nic tutaj nie ma. Kurwa mać. Mam już tego dosyć. Mam już tego kurwa dosyć. Nie mam kurwa. Kurwa mać! Nie, nie kurwa.
Knocking can be heard coming from the balcony window, but the moment he checks, he sees nothing there. On another night, Mike is woken up to more sounds inside his house.
Znowu coś się dzieje. Ostrość.
Then purchases an EMF meter to see if he can detect any disturbances around the house. On another night, Mike is focused on his digital drawing when this happens.
Próbuję się skupić na rysowaniu, ale kurwa znowu coś się
ये
dzieje.
रिकॉर्डिंग भी कर रहा है और
Świeczki
मशीन
spadły.
सबसे टेस्ट भी कर रहा है भाई
Coś
कि
stukało.
होस्ट है कि नहीं।
Już jestem zmęczony tym wszystkim.
ये है
No nie, nie, kurwa. Ja pierdolę, no. Nie. Los.
He hears more aggressive knocking coming from around his house, but doesn't find anything there. He decides to scan the whole house using the EMF meter, but nothing is detected. Mike has no idea what has caused these events, but real ghost or not, you be the judge. Hospital. This next video was posted to Reddit by a man who states that the following video was taken by his sister in 2020 and was sent to him. In the video, his sister can be seen in an empty hallway of the hospital late in the evening. No reason is provided as to why she's there, but it turns out that she isn't as alone as she initially thought she was. Something disturbing can be seen watching her. Watch closely.
ये हॉस्पिटल का वीडियो भाई। भाई हॉस्पिटल में तो वैसे भी डर लगता रहता है। ये देखो और ये जा भी रही है उसके पास। भाई इसको क्या हो रहा है भाई, उसके पास जा रही है। अरे मत जा भाई, भाई बहन जो भी है भाई मत जा यहाँ पे। लेबोरेटर माय गॉड देखो यार, कुछ जरूर इसके साथ वो बेकार सीन होने वाला है।
What looks like a creepy pale face with no
वो
features
देखो
can
भाई,
be seen.
वो देखो भाई, ये कोई आदमी उठ गया ना फिर से।
Clearly moving on its own,
So
but as she moves away and comes back, she sees nothing there, or nothing that could cause her hair strand to be seen, given the fact that once again from the distance. It doesn't seem to be pareidolia, given the fact that it was seeing a hospital hallway. A mother named Sarah who lives in the The toy. A mother named Sarah who lives in the Appalachian Mountains was home alone with her baby who she had just put to bed some time ago and was fast asleep in her crib. However, Sarah starts to hear noise coming from her room and captures something terrifying.
My daughter's been asleep for 2 hours.
What the F is my house?
Fuck.
What the? इसके हाउस में क्या हो रहा है? कुछ बैकग्राउंड में बज रहा है ना भाई? क्या है भाई? रिंग टोन तो बज रहा है। अब लाइट बढ़ा भाई। क्या हुआ? क्या? ये तो कुछ साउंड बज रहा है भाई पीछे।
She's all the way over there. How is this standing up perfectly upright and turned on?
What the hell?
She can't reach that.
हाँ भाई, ये तो कुछ बज रहा है उसका।
Hi, baby. And she's dead asleep when that thing just came on. There's no way.
The baby's toy goes off on its own and can be seen perfectly standing up on the stand out of reach from the baby's crib. But when she first came to the room, a faint dark silhouette can be seen passing by the light of the toy. But just as she entered, occur pretty often, but until this moment she had never felt the urge to move out.
The accident. The accident.
On April 21 of 2024, the emergency services received a report of a fatal accident that took place somewhere in Poland, near the town of Jastrzębowice. A 25-year-old driver was driving. The man died. They noticed the figure of a man can be seen sticking out of the bushes in the middle of a swamp, deep and not possible for someone to stand up like that. And rescuers also search the scene, but only the one try and portray what the fast in the swamp dog and try and get into his house.
गाइस, वीडियो हो गया ख़त्म। जाओ यार तुम लोग घर पे सो जाओ। यार बहुत हंटिंग वीडियो है यार ये तो रियल भी इसमें लगा कितना वीडियो। और कैसा लगा रिएक्शन लाइक कर दो, शेयर करो, कमेंट करो यार। कमेंट तुम लोग नहीं करते हो यार। और बताओ कि और किस वीडियो पे रिएक्शन करना चाहिए। तो फिर बाय गाइस।